So, what's up, guys? It's October. Uh, I've been wanting to do a video on Fugaku for like a really long time because I literally, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be going over Dygoknight's, I think that's how you say his name, video on Fugaku's Mangekyo abilities. Now, I just want to say I don't have anything against Dygoknight at all. Don't know the guy at all. I just been wanting to pretty much like talk shit about Fugaku, right? For a while I just didn't see like find the opportunity, and it's kind of presented itself to me. Shout out to you who sent it to me. You know who you are. Shout out you. This makes my work a little bit easier. So we're gonna I mean, I've seen maybe about a minute of this, and I was like, I couldn't. You'll see. Okay. Oh, also, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more content from me or more videos like this, let me know. I definitely am down to react to more people. Send in your whoever you think I should react to, or if you want to see anyone get covered specifically or a versus battle, comment down below. Like I said, like and subscribe. It helps the channel. And let's dive into this shit.
Uchiha, Sasuke and Itachi's dad, has a Mangekyo Sharingan.
Okay. Alright, I just had to pause it there because that shit makes me mad, but he's gonna debunk himself immediately after this.
Well, sort of. We only see his Mangekyo in a filler episode, which is not the most credible thing in the world
It's not credible at all because it's filler.
as far as canon is concerned.
That's because it's not canon.
But there is certainly something there. A lot of people
There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I'm gonna get into it, but I'll just let it play for a little bit.
really like his Mangekyo pattern, myself included. It looks pretty cool, and we have to admit this guy looks menacing with it. According to the filler episode, Fugaku awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan during the Third Great Ninja War after he saw his comrade dying in battle, though we never see him using the Mangekyo, not even once. He tells Itachi that he never really showed anyone in the clan that he had access to the Mangekyo Sharingan because otherwise they would have brought Naruto to him and asked him to control Naruto, releasing the Nine Tails and wreaking havoc in the Leaf Village so that the Uchiha coup could be fulfilled.
Okay, so
Fugaku never really wanted that. He was forced to that.
there's no proof that Fugaku never wanted the coup to happen. In fact, you could say that he wanted it to happen. That's why he was bugging Itachi for intel. He tells him directly that he's the pipeline from the village intel to the Uchiha clan. So, like, saying that he doesn't necessarily want the coup to happen is, I would say, is like not accurate. But you know, whatever.
Position, he wasn't fine with just using a small boy to do so. Another reason as to why we never see his abilities is that he chooses not to fight against Itachi when the fatidical day of the Uchiha clan massacre comes. He is not willing to go toe-to-toe against his own son, and therefore he simply lets Itachi kill him.
Okay, so I want to comment on this. I think the reason why he doesn't want to go toe to toe with Itachi is because I think he knows he'd lose. We get pretty. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, it's not necessarily stated verbatim that Shisui and Itachi are over Fugaku, but it would just make sense considering Shisui actually had the Mangekyo, so it would just make him stronger than other regular Uchiha, and then due to Itachi's like genius ability and overall just he's just a genius, bro, at everything, bro. Like, he's just goated. Like, he's just a goat, bro. And so of course he wouldn't, like, I really don't think that Fugaku even would have been able to stand a chance against Itachi, who at this point has Mangekyo Sharingan after watching Shisui die. So um I mean, if you said that he did have it, why not just incapacitate Itachi? Like, use some sort of genjutsu that's really strong, to, like, or Izanami or Izanagi or anything of this sort to, like, prevent this from happening. But I really just don't think Fugaku had the ability to do so. So anyway.
Now, there isn't anything in canon that directly contradicts Fugaku having a Mangekyo Sharingan.
Actually, in the data book, I'm pretty sure it's stated that he only has the 3 Tomo. So yes, there is.
When Itachi tells the story about Madara and Izuna, how they acquired the Mangekyo, and then how Madara acquired the Eternal Mangekyo, he mentions that Izuna's eyes, when implanted onto Madara's socket, gained new light and then became eternal. The visualization of that is that strange monster with 4 eyes when they all acquire a Sharingan. In Itachi's case, 2 of those 4 eyes were blacked out because he didn't have Sasuke's eyes yet.
Okay, so hold on. Let me go back a little bit.
That is that strange monster that Izuna's eyes, when implanted onto Madara's socket.
Okay. So I brought up a pretty good point to some people that I know that if Fugaku did have MS, why didn't Itachi just take the MS from him and implant them into himself? They say siblings are a better match, but you would think that like you're not taking it from some other random Uchiha, right? You're taking it from your father who you share DNA with. So they should be compatible. I would think that his eyes would work. So why not? If he knows what happens when you get EMS, why not take Fugaku's eyes? Obito and fucking Danzo, they're able to collect a bunch of Sharingan from the massacre. So, and we're also able to see how fast it is to just input and like take out an eye and input it into somebody. We see it with Obito and Itachi when they're getting crushed by the incoming cave and shit. So like, it's not like some super long task that needs to be done. Like he could have just popped him out and then just put him in his pocket and kept pushing. But you know.
It gained new light and then became eternal. The visualization of that is that strange monster with 4 eyes when they all acquire a Sharingan. In Itachi's case, 2 of those 4 eyes were blacked out because he didn't have Sasuke's eyes yet. He didn't have eternal light. Now, of course, you need a deep connection with the other person to acquire the EMS by implanting their Sharingan onto yourself, but the problem is that Itachi doesn't say they have to be siblings.
Oh, see, look, there you go. So he definitely could have. He's probably going to make my point for me right now.
He only says blood relatives. Now, maybe you have to be a brother or a sister of the other person, otherwise it wouldn't work. And Itachi only said blood relatives there because he felt like saying it. Honestly, that's my headcanon, but there are also other explanations as to why Itachi wouldn't have gotten Fugaku's Mangekyo, even though it would have worked into making his Mangekyo an Eternal Mangekyo. The first one being he didn't know at the time about the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan.
That doesn't make sense because he even states in the chapter that he read the stone tablet, so he should know about EMS. So that doesn't make sense.
And only learned later while he was in the Akatsuki, and therefore he told Sasuke about that.
No, he did not learn while he was in the Akatsuki. He tells young, in matter of fact, in this panel, maybe not in this exact panel, but in this exact chapter within these panels, he tells Sasuke that he's learned the truth about the clan and that he read the stone tablet, and so he should know about EMS. So that doesn't even make sense.
About the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and only learned later while he was in the Akatsuki, and therefore he told Sasuke about that, so Sasuke would implant Itachi's eyes onto himself when, in Sasuke's own mind, he won the battle against Itachi. There would be no reason for him not to do so, or at least to keep Itachi's eyes until he awakened his Mangekyo to do so. Another explanation is that maybe Itachi just didn't want to do that. He didn't want to soil his father's legacy by taking off his eyes. Maybe he was just completely morally against that. So
that is a possibility, I guess. I mean, you slaughter your whole family kind of against your will, like you don't really want to do this, but I mean, if you're it just like fuck the morality, honestly. Like you already killed your whole clan, bro. Like, oh, morale, now I'm going to be moral right here at the end, like just do it. Like whatever. That's just my opinion though.
well, there are reasons as to why Itachi wouldn't have done so. So, considering that he does have one in canon isn't outlandish, it's just because it was introduced in a filler episode. And it makes sense, Fugaku was the leader of the Uchiha clan, he's supposed to be strong, and we know that the Mangekyo Sharingan can only be awakened by particularly powerful Uchihas. But just how strong was this guy with his Mangekyo? Well, it's...
Okay, he's not strong with his Mangekyo because he doesn't own a Mangekyo. He doesn't have one. It's not in canon. It's not in the data books. They don't show it in any of the chapters. They don't make it a point like they do with Shisui. Shisui's barely even on panel, and they make it a point to say he had a Mangekyo Sharingan. Like, oh, he was so strong, he had a Mangekyo Sharingan. Like, they make it Kishimoto makes it a point for it to be known. Like, the fact that he doesn't make this point with Fugaku kind of shows that Fugaku's not on the same level. Also, there's a scan. I'll have my editor put it up here on the screen. I'll ask him nicely. Uh, there's a scan where Itachi grabs a kunai and like it looks like he's gonna attack his father and like the other people, uh, like saying that he killed Shisui. And his dad looks legitimately frightened. He's got like sweat beads on his face. Like he looks nervous. Like he really doesn't want to have to fight Itachi at all. And this is without him knowing that Itachi even has MS. So like, I just don't think Fugaku was that strong, right? And the rest of this is just gonna be headcanon. I'm gonna keep it 100 probably.
Difficult to tell. He was a jonin in the Leaf Village, which can definitely range from really powerful to extremely powerful depending on who you get, and he was the leader of the Uchiha clan, so it's not crazy to say.
Nah, him putting 8 Gates guy. I mean, yeah, 8 Gates guy is extremely powerful, but it's just funny because of the whole bending space thing, whatever.
That he was probably one of the most powerful Uchihas. The only ones they see being stronger than him in the Uchiha clan are Itachi and Shisui, really.
Oh, that's so funny, isn't it? Ironic that Shisui, who is stronger, has MS, and base Itachi is stronger, huh?
Obito too, but Obito wasn't part of the Uchiha clan or even the Leaf Village in that point of the story, so it doesn't really matter. We never really see Fugaku fight.
Actually, it kind of does matter because he helps with the massacre, but whatever.
For real, but he is said to be a vital piece for the Leaf Village during the Third Great Ninja War. Of course, not as grandiose as Minato was in that war, but still very important.
Okay, yeah, so it's not as strong as Minato. Even let's say in the world of Naruto, the Kishimoto said, yes, we give Fugaku MS. Like, Dygoknight's assuming that MS makes Fugaku stronger, and he's still not stronger than Minato. So, I mean, what does the MS even really accomplish, really?
And he was also thrown around in conversations when they were talking about Minato. He was even considered to the post of 4th Hokage.
So was Orochimaru. Okay. A complete fucking psychopath, alright, was also a candidate, right? So, And he just said Minato was stronger. Pretty sure that the strongest person in a village becomes Kage, right? That's why Gaara becomes Kage of the Sand Village, because he's got Shukaku and he's got the ultimate defense, the sand and shit. Like, I'm pretty sure you're just the strongest in your village. You're just the Kage. Like, strongest and, like, probably the smartest, maybe. Whatever.
And of course, I'm not saying that he is stronger than Minato or anything like that, but they are probably somewhere close.
They're not anywhere close. They're not anywhere close. They're just not. They're not because he doesn't have MS. I'm gonna stop repeating myself.
At least in the same ballpark or tier of strength, especially when considering Fugaku has the Mangekyo
No, he doesn't.
Sharingan. That definitely gives him an edge against any opponent he's gonna face. And of course, Minato's not the easiest opponent should they ever fight each other, but I don't think Fugaku would have been disposed of in 0.2 seconds just like Minato does to every other opponent.
I mean, when Minato fights Obito has MS at that point. So, and he bodies. Granted, Obito's like 14, 16, whatever, however old he is. But yeah, he bodies him, so whatever.
And of course, that would depend a lot on Fugaku's abilities, his Mangekyo abilities most importantly, which we don't know what they were. We don't even know if he ever even used the Mangekyo Sharingan to begin with.
That's because he doesn't have it.
Because as I previously mentioned, he kept his own Mangekyo a secret from essentially everyone up until he told Itachi about it.
Why? Why would he do that? Why would he keep the most powerful, like one of the most broken abilities in all of Naruto a secret from everybody? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, it does, like, everyone knew, people from other villages knew about Koto Matsukami and Shisui's MS, and he was ass. He was ass, and people knew about him because of his MS. So for Fugaku to keep it a secret is stupid.
But I think he probably experimented with it, and maybe when he went on missions after the Third Great Ninja War, he probably used that to get out of very difficult situations. Now, granted, he was the chief of the police in the Leaf Village, so maybe he didn't go to that many missions outside of the village anyway. Still, I find it hard that he never used the Mangekyo Sharingan.
That's because he doesn't have it. You've even stated that it doesn't exist in canon, so why...
Once during those 10 to 12 years or so between the Third Great Ninja War and his death. I mean, he would at least have tried it and get somewhat proficient at it if he needed to do something with his Mangekyo one day. But that doesn't really answer what were his abilities with the Mangekyo. This is all speculation, of course, but I think I have an idea.
Speculation is just a fancy term for headcanon.
To analyze both Itachi and Sasuke to try and...
Okay, we're not even gonna... Okay, guys. I can't... I just can't. Yo, shout out Dygoknight, for the vid. I mean, fuck, like I said, I have no problem with Dygoknight. He makes, his content It's pretty good from what I hear from other people. I heard he's a good guy. All right, I'm not attacking Dygoknight. This is more this is more of an attack on like the whole entire community that thinks that Fugaku has an MS. He doesn't. Dygoknight debunked himself in his own video and gave the arguments I would give also for why he shouldn't have one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a video here. So this has been October, guys. I'm sorry if I got a little frustrated. This topic just irks me. It irks me very much. So yeah, if you want to see, like I said, if you want to see more of this stuff, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks. I'll see you guys next time for sure.